Hey everyone, I've just got back from Adelaide. Maker Faire was a total success. Totally worth going all the way for that, and met some great people, saw some amazing stuff. Pretty happy. Come on. So while I've been away, the electrician has been here and he's been working on the plug points. So I'm very eager to get into the workshop and see what it is that he's done. Ah, okay, I'm liking that. Are you happy that I'm home, hey? So I can see he's put the one for the laundry, and that's cool. That's where the laundry plug's gonna go into. There's the one there, the one there. That one's gonna be a 10 and a 15. And there's double 10, 10 and 15, double 10, double 10. So that's really cool. I like the look of this. It's gonna work well. So all the plugs are working, and man, is it cool being able to just have everything plugged in all at once, not running off one extension cable. So that's super cool. I've been working on the Jarrah writing table today. This is the top. It's out of the clamps, and I've given it a couple go-overs with the hand plane to knock down some high points, so it's pretty rough now. So the next job is to get the sander onto it and really flatten it down. But in the meantime, I'm busy working on these joist bay gaps, filling them with pieces of wood. So the idea with this sort of design, you can see there's a bit of a step, and what I'm going to do is when it comes time to paint under here, because I do eventually want to paint underneath here to sort of update it and make it look a bit more fresh, I'll put small pieces of timber between those, just below the joist, and then it will look like it's one solid piece all the way along once it's painted up the same color. So for now, it doesn't look particularly great, but once those gaps are filled and it's all painted, it'll look like a nice little step detail, I think. It's been a couple of days since I've been back in town, and I've been working on these legs for the solid Jarrah writing desk. They're coming out really nicely. I'm happy with the lines that I'm cutting. They're pretty sharp, which is great. So next up is a lot of sanding. All these plugs are working, and oh my word, it is so cool to be able to have everything plugged in all at once and not be switching extension cables and plugging something in and unplugging something else. So I can literally be working on the jointer and then head straight over to the drill press, use that, come over here. I know this sounds, it sounds so silly when I say it like that, but it is just so cool. It just improves the workflow immeasurably. So when I bought those nail guns a couple of weeks ago, I never really tried the framing nailer. Well, I gave it a go, but I couldn't actually get the 75mm nails to sink into a 2x4. And we're talking a pine 2x4. I mean, if there's ever going to be something soft, it's that. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I just want to give it another go today while I'm using the compressor to work on putting in these little bits of timber to block out the sound. Now, the reason I'm talking to you guys about this is because I've never used a framing nailer with 75mm nails. If you have, and you can see what I'm doing wrong, let me know. I've got the gauge set to, what's that, 6 PSI, or 6, is that PSI? I'm not sure which one's PSI and which one's, well, it's 90 or 6, one or the other. So I'm try it now, and maybe you guys can, if you've used one of these before, tell me what I'm doing wrong if it doesn't sync. So 2x4, this is actually a 90 by 35, so it should be pretty simple to get through that. Let me put something up underneath it just in case it shoots it into the desk. So total distance, the nail can't actually hit the desk. Now let me fire one off and see what happens. Oh, mind you, that's a bit better. But you see what I mean? It's not sinking all the way down. Maybe I'm not pushing firm enough. Ah, there we go. Okay. So it was just a case of, obviously then, when I did it the first time, that I didn't have the pressure set up high enough. Okay. Geez, that thing gives a kick though, hey? I was not expecting that. All right, stoked about that. Saturday morning, and we've just got a little bit of electrics to do today, and then that's it. I'm stopping there. Basically, this electrical job has turned into a much bigger expense than I thought it would, so I've had to drop off a couple of things. On the agenda for today, I'm putting in 2 more lights, one along this bearer and one along that bearer, just to fill out the lighting in this room. Because what's happening is, with my workbench being there between these 2 runs, it's just not as well lit as I want it to be. So I've got one going in there, one going in there. And you guys can also see the table that I'm busy working on. This thing's turning out so well. These legs, this is Jarrah, just look amazing. I'm so happy with how they turned out. The actual wood itself is such good quality. There's no chipping, there's no splitting. You know, these rails aren't particularly nice. I've had to take care of a couple of splinters on there, but these legs have just come out great. And this is the underside, so it's not particularly nice if there's a couple of dings and whatnot, but I'm not too worried because it's the underside. This weekend I'm hoping to work on the top side of the tabletop, get some finish onto the legs, and then hopefully by the middle of next week I'll have this video done and dusted.